Junior fans back with another episode of Stall Talk. Our first episode in November. Tyler Davey joined by assistant coach Rett Vossler. And Rett, no games last weekend. Not a scheduled off week, but it's our second time this year where we've had a COVID outbreak deal with our schedule. And in those off weeks, where you go multiple weeks without a game, how do you keep guys focused?
It all comes back to our mental training and kind of staying focused at the task at hand, and it allows us to work a little bit harder on some weaknesses and then kind of dive into details that we don't normally have time to when we're preparing for a game.
This is your fourth matchup with the Blades this year, coming up this weekend. Is there any different approach going into a game week when you know the opponent and you're very familiar with them?
Yes and no. On one hand, we want to play our game the same way and be consistent in that factor, but there are little details, maybe the breakout's a little bit different to kind of counter what one team might do specifically. But as a whole, same approach.
What have been some of the major things you guys have been working on in practice?
Just continuing to play our way, which means moving pucks and playing with speed via moving pucks and just compete level and being structured in all three zones.
The two newcomers on the Premier team, Adam Zimmerman and Colton Sipperly, got to see a handful of games for Adam and finally got to see Colton out on the ice. What has he brought?
They just bring a level of higher compete and knowledge of playing at higher levels, and they kind of help boost, the overall skill. Definitely waiting for both of them to kind of break through. It's pretty imminent, but Adam seems a little snake bitten at the moment.
So for a lot of people, their goal is to be a father. In this offseason, you're able to accomplish that goal. We had your son on last weekend, Rocco. Asked him this question, we'll pose it to you now. What's it like living with him?
It's certainly different. You don't often become a father of an 18-year-old overnight. Usually not without at least a knock on the door. So, but there's a lot of challenges. He's got to take care of school, and we got to find the right schedule, and then the right approach as far as friend to kind of father figure.
Mm-hmm. Junior fans, this is assistant coach Rett Vossler. Rett, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Junior fans, here with Premier goaltender Cade Kujawski. Cade, back-to-back goalie of the week in Florida for you. 6-0 start to the year, but last year was a bit choppy to start. 1-4-0. How much do you think the knowledge of being in your second year has helped you hit the ground running?
Well, it's given me a lot of experience, so I know what's coming.
Well, then you're taking a team on this weekend in the Blades. It's your fourth time seeing them already this year. From the team you saw in the opening weekend to who you guys played last weekend, how much have they improved?
A lot, and I think they're going to be a great team.
And then you're working with two other goaltenders, and Lane Scott and Matthew Garneau. What's it like practicing with those guys and kind of bouncing ideas off with them?
It's fun. I like them both. We all challenge each other, so that's great, and they've all got great ideas.
And this is a question, it's a big one. You see these guys every single day at practice. Who on the team has the hardest shot to stop in practice?
Frankel.
Oh, Frankel wins it. Junior fans, it's Premier goaltender Cade Kujawski. Cade, thank you very much.
Thank you. My hands.
Junior fans, here with elite defenseman Pranay Prasanna. Pranay, the elite Florida defenseman of the week. What does that mean to you?
Well, obviously it's a great honor to be able to get that title. A lot of it has to do with my teammates, me getting points. They have to convert, or else that wouldn't have happened.
And we want to talk about last weekend. You guys played an interesting series against the Florida Junior Blades. The game in Estero went to the shootout before you guys pulled away with the 9-1 blowout victory. But even in that game, after the first period, it was 1-1. What changed in that second?
Yeah, I know. The boys came together in the locker room. We were clearly frustrated. Our offense wasn't working. Defense wasn't at its best. We came in with that mindset, they only have like 12 skaters. But then putting ourselves back together, we came back and we said, this isn't how we're going to go down. And we came back, rallied up, and got the win.
You guys consistently roll 7 defensemen, so the pairings are always different throughout the game, but it seems like no matter who you're out there with, there's a good chemistry. How impressive is this unit?
Yeah, as a 7th defenseman, I find it very nice. I got to play with everyone, work my kinks out. Got this. There's Irwin left-handed. I play with Colin too. He's also right-handed, and so we switch up all the time. And so on our drop plays, we do it in practice. So in the game, it just goes. It happens.
So last weekend, I asked Jack Flair about his war zone abilities. He said he was the best in the league. But another big game you guys play on the road trips is Among Us.
Yeah.
Who is the best on the team and who's the most sus?
I'd like to say Ronan Keenan is the best Among Us player on our team. I mean, I don't know how he does it, but he's always right. And the most sus is definitely Philip Kuba. I mean, he's always, when he's it, he gets all these voice cracks, and it's just, everyone knows it's him.